So today I'm gonna be building the engine for my Corvette, but we're gonna do it with Andrew because I'm not an expert. I came to Andrew because clearly he knows what he's doing. This is an 8-second car and he's trying to go 7s with it by the end of this year. Now, if you guys are wondering what you're looking at, this is a 6.0 bottom end. It's a truck motor, comes out of like the Silverado 2500, and you don't need to sleeve it to make over 1,000 wheel. I told you all this before, but we're gonna be using a stock crank as well, but I'm not using stock main caps. It's getting a full forged rotating assembly besides the crank. So we got rods and pistons that are forged and then everything else too. So we're gonna start off with the main caps right here. Those are all going in. Andrew actually stamped it and numbered it. So if I ever had to take it apart, well, I'd know what goes where. The crankshaft was already balanced at a machine shop and the cylinder walls were all honed out too. Usually they charge a good bit of money for that, so Andrew had already done it to this motor, and that's why I was like, you know what, I'll pick it up. It'll make things easier. I don't have to wait all that time for the machine shop, because remember, with my Camaro, that took a minute. So Andrew's doing the first pass of torquing everything down, and then there's gonna be a separate pass too with different torque specs. Now Andrew's gonna smack it with a mallet.
Wash your fingers. When you tighten the main caps down, if you look right here, you can see the thrust bearing. There's a surface on either side of it that rides against the crank, rides against the main cap. When you torque everything down, it can distort and push the crank one way or the other. So you use that to set thrust. You usually knock it backward, forward, and then one to center it. It's just how I do it. That's how I was always taught. Learned it on small blocks and big blocks. But when you do that, it centers it back up in the bearing surface, and you get a little bit less resistance. You keep the thrust bearing happy, and you don't hopefully blow your thrust bearing out when you try and put power through it.
Next up, we're gonna put the cross pin bolts in, and that's just another way of holding down those main caps. So Andrew's gonna put some silicone on them so they don't leak, and then just thread them in. So now all the cross pins are torqued to spec, and then we'll flip it over and get the rods and pistons in. And now some assembly lube on the rods and pistons. And then there's some more assembly lube inside of the cylinder walls. And then this is the piston ring compressor. So he's gonna compress it down so that he can slide it into the cylinder. Now he's torquing them to spec. All of those rod bolts are torqued to the same thing. And there you go. Rotates freely, doesn't get stuck up. Now we're gonna do cam, lifter's head separately. So Andrew's gonna show you all how to do that.